Now, we just saw that all acids have almost similar physical and chemical properties. So, how has that happened? Then obviously, something is common between them. If we write the formulae of these acids, what we find is there is nitric acid HNO3, sulfuric acid H2SO4 and hydrochloric acid is HCl. In all these cases, what is common? Obviously, hydrogen is the common factor. These hydrogen ions are responsible for acidic properties. For this setup, I took a cork and on that cork, I fixed 2 nails. Then this cork was kept in a beaker, 100 milliliter beaker, and then I filled different liquids, like I tried with hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, alcohol and glucose. A wire was attached to it, to the 2 terminals of the battery, and a bulb was also fixed. So, what we found that in the case of hydrochloric acid and sulfuric acid, when the current was complete, the circuit was complete, at that time the bulb glowed. But in the case of alcohol and glucose, bulb did not glow. Now, what happened here? The hydrogen ions were released, and because hydrogen ions are positive and they got collected on the cathode, so the circuit was complete and the bulb glowed. Now, these experiments prove that it is the hydrogen ions which are common in all acids, and they were able to complete the conduction of electricity. Now, when are these hydrogen ions released? The hydrogen ions are released in an aqueous solution. Hydrogen ions released in aqueous solution. How can we show that? If we take salt solution in a test tube and then pour sulfuric acid, a gas will be produced and then we can try and test this gas. How will we test? With the help of a blue litmus paper. Try taking 2, one dry and one wet. What happened in the case of dry litmus paper? The dry, there was no change, but the wet one turned red. Actually, what has happened is that sulfuric acid and NaCl produced Na2SO4 plus H plus Cl, the hydrogen chloride. Now, if it is in dry state, it is not acidic, then it is just HCl. But in the aqueous solution, the hydrogen ions are released and that is what makes it acidic, and that is why the wet litmus paper turned red and not the dry one. So, we can say that in the aqueous solution hydrogen ions are released. And what happens in the case of base?